Hello guys. Today, we will talk about Buffalo Bill, from Silence of the Lambs. Before I begin, Buffalo Bill is just his alias. His real name is Jamie Gumb. The story of Jamie started with a woman. This woman had a big dream. She wanted to become an actress. However, she was never taken seriously. She applied for many acting roles, but she received none. This made her depressed. So she turned to alcoholism, in the hopes to feel better. She also needed money, so she started selling her body. At some point, one of her clients made her pregnant, and Jamie Gumb was born, who did not know who his father was. Because of his mother's alcoholism, Jamie was put in foster care at the age of 2. Even though Jamie was young, he was very aware of what was happening around him. He cried a lot after being separated from his mother. This event made Jamie suffer. It made him stressed, which is a bad thing for such a young child. At foster care, Jamie did not fit in well. He did not like it there. He wanted to be with his mother, however he would soon realize that he would never see his mother again. For years, Jamie was sent from foster home to foster home, which made him unable to really feel at home anywhere he went. At the age of 10, Jamie was adopted by his grandparents. His grandparents pitied him and decided to raise him as their own. However, at this point, Jamie was very rebellious and very angry. His grandparents did what they could to keep Jamie under control, but nothing worked. Jamie murdered his grandparents at 12 years old. As a result, Jamie was sent to a psychiatric hospital, where he would remain for 6 years. At the psychiatric hospital, Jamie learned how to sew, and he became very good at it. As an adult, Jamie started working at many different places in order to find what he loved. He worked at restaurants, clothing stores and curio clubs. But he got fired at all of them. Being fired everywhere he went made him miserable. It made him hate himself. At one of his jobs, Jamie met a guy named Benjamin, and they started dating. Soon Benjamin grew tired of Jamie. He found him needy, jealous and controlling. So he left him for another guy named Klaus. Jamie killed Klaus and flayed him out of jealousy. Jamie did not like who he was. He believed he was born in the wrong body. He believed he should have been born female, so he started applying for gender reassignment surgery. However, all of his applications were disregarded. The doctors deemed Jamie too mentally unstable for the process. Unable to change his gender, Jamie started taking matters into his own hands. He decided to create his own suit, made out of the skins of real women. This is where Jamie started killing women. He chose larger women in particular. He kept these women in his basement, made them starve and cleaned their skin, only to kill them a few days later, and wear their skin. Soon the police got involved, but they were unable to solve the murders. The police officers gave him the name Buffalo Bill. And from here, the Silence of the Lambs movie begins. Now, if I would ask myself, what do all these actions make Buffalo Bill? I believe it makes him a crazy, intelligent but delusional psychopath, who stops at nothing to achieve his goals. Buffalo Bill never knew who he truly was. He was not gay or transgender. He was just a disturbed man, a man who had no sense of self, a man who took on any identity that he felt suited at the time. He also had no empathy, seen when he dehumanizes his victims and treats them like objects, but strangely enough he did care a lot about his dog, seen when he became concerned when his dog was in danger. And he also loved his mother. So he did have some empathy left in him, but just none for his victims. He genuinely enjoyed stalking, hunting and playing with his victims. He was also very intelligent, seen when the police officers had no clue who he was, or how to find him. He left no traces after killing his victims, except for moths, which he left purposely to symbolize his transformation. I am not a psychologist, but all these symptoms point to an extreme form of borderline personality disorder, alongside an extreme form of narcissism. This story shows us how important it is to have a home, especially if you are a child. There must be a place of comfort, a place where you feel you belong, a place where you can find out who you truly are. Jamie never had a home. He never found out who he really was. He longed for an identity. He was not born evil, but systematic abuse made him the man he ultimately became. I decided to make this video because Buffalo Bill is a deeply disturbing but fascinating character. It is always interesting to know the backstory of characters like these. One thing that all these serial killers have in common is that they all had a very traumatic childhood. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to motivate me in making more, then please leave a like and subscribe.